Hey there! This is Cooper from Telepathic Bunny Comics. Now that green screen looks bad. Let me just kill it. I don't know why I can't ever get that to work right. I try everything they tell me. Alright. Done. Killed. See my lovely green screen. Woohoo! There we go. Anyway, so how was your day? My day was interesting. Anyway, so I get home, third shift, do my usual thing, find something to eat for breakfast to get my blood sugar up. Hey, man, what's up, dude? Anybody want to come on in? Just pop in, dude. We're here. But oh, thanks, man. Appreciate it. Ah, yeah. I got some picking up some new friends here. A lot of people kind of new coming through the door. Have said howdy, and I'm kind of like become the Walmart greeter of CG. Which I'm good with. I'm good with it, man. Somebody got to greet people coming through the door. I'm fine with that, man. Anyway, so I find breakfast. I take my usual nap, which lasts as long as Rosie the Wonder Dog doesn't need anything. And today she let me nap all the way to about 11. So yeah, about almost 3 hours today. I was very proud of her. Anyway, so I check uh, Twitter, and I got a few messages going, "Oh my God, EVS is talking about your apology video," and I'm like, "Really?" That was like 2 or 3 weeks ago, man. After his first mention of me, trying to clear up the fact that I don't dislike BVS. I don't dislike the man. I don't. I just disagree with him, and because of that disagreement, I choose, not to follow him or whatever. It's not a crime, It's just my choice, But anyway, evidently, he it's called e-fapping, I guess, where somebody, uh, plays your video on their channel or whatever. And so I went from 88 to over 110 all of a sudden. And so I never thought I'd hit 100. I really didn't. I'm not exactly an easy watch, I'm not exactly the most charming and handsome and effervescent personality in the world. That I'm just some dumpy white guy, who lives in a trailer down by the river. I'm just trying to make comics, man. I'm just writing a comic right now. I love the art form, and how it's been desecrated broke my heart. So I, you know, got with a bunch of people that feel the same way, and we're trying to do something about it. Whether that's here nor there. But anyway, today I thought I'd talk about the people that I've met along the way that have given me opportunities. I'll start out with my good friend Luke Stone, who does the Hybrids comic, and spent an afternoon with me on a live stream. It wasn't a live stream; it was just a stream between us. And I asked him, let me tell him about my ideas, and discussing, what was the next step with me, while he worked on a panel that's in one of the books I got later. Great guy. And they spent the last 3 months fighting for his life from COVID, and he made it. uh, so far. So, I mean, good luck, man. I'm praying for you every day, Luke. Anyway, uh, then I got this odd notification from a guy named Chris Hicks. Good old Chris. He's happened to be a writer. He wanted to do some projects with me, and that never really panned out. But one day he just suddenly got a wild hair, and he's like, "Who are? I need some. Anybody that wants to join me? We're going to be first time creators together, and we're going to figure this out." And I was like, "Oh, okay, awesome. I'll do that." And the Genesis crew got started. Uh, and the Genesis crew has become my posse. Uh, uh, those guys really, they don't have any idea what they mean to me. They really don't. Well, let me. Hopefully, I'm not talking out of school. I just want to call them out by name. Uh, One of the members is B Rose, known as the biggest weeb in CG. Great guy. He occasionally drops in. He's pretty much busy on his own channel. He's gotten so big, but he stayed with us. He hadn't dropped out on us there at all. Got CG Snowballer, also known as Lola, Sweet Tea and Jesus. She's a fiery little southern girl. Got Appropriated Productions. We call him AP. He's kind of been off the radar for a little while because of what's going on in Canada. But we miss him. Nobody random like AP. Dragon Prime, he comes in every once in a while when he has a chance. Shadow Matt, it's kind of like everybody's little strange little brother. He's a really cool guy, but boy, he can come out of left field. Lady Valor, who's it was a relatively new addition, but she's just been sweet. She's just sweet, smooth, silky, great writer, and really great encourager. And I got DD Ramey, who writes the Dalton Sky series and several other novels. But she's a novelist, but she's hanging out with us comics books guys. But since we're talking about writing, but she's like the den mother. Yeah, Wyatt Eastman, he's been pretty new, but brilliant guy. Has a lot of deep thoughts on things. Barbusco Comics, who are my artists. Eduardo and Michaela. They are a sweet couple. I mean, I know that there are people who are more jaw dropping in the art department, but nobody draws heart and expression and depth and character like they do. And Michaela's incredible colorist. My gosh. Wolfsbane Comics, Aaron Jordan, my bud. Heck of a guy. Love that guy. Great comic. But he's steady as North Star. I really like that guy. Peter Palmiotti, a veteran of the mainstream comics industry. I think he said about 30 years, maybe more. I don't know. Great guy. He's been a real boon to us, and he's got over 1,000 subscribers, which he's currently, streaming right now. But I'm cool with it. He's awesome. I hope he gets 2,000 or 3,000 more. Belmont Press, the cool breeze pot smoking brother from Colorado. Got a book coming out, Smokes and Weaponized Werewolf. He's about to put the link, the sign up. But pay attention to that. It's Mike Barron written, drawn and colored and lettered by industry valiant, a lot of valiant veterans. But they look great, man. He's got a trailer out there right now. Let's look it up. Norman Leinert, the Magneto with no pants. The most random person I've ever met. So, body's not doing him well right now. He can't come on streams, but I miss him. I miss my left hand, or my supervillain to play off of. But maybe he'll get back to it one of these days. I'm hoping he'll get better. Icky, Total Excellence, the colorist of the flock, great guy. But he's pretty much got a mind like a pinball machine. You don't know what direction he's coming from until it goes ding ding. It's like, oh, okay. Got Todd Redshift Comics, who always rags me. It's best at ragging me of any of them. He's always sarcastic, but he's a good guy. Got a heck of a comic in production right now. That hope to see soon. Dave McDowell, Doomsday Productions, comic book writer and novelist, and good guy. He's got some stuff he's working on right now. But that's the Genesis crew. That's the group that the think tank that I'm a part of, and really happy to be part of. They're my posse. They're my family in CG. We're looking to expand from time to time. Just depending on. I've added people before that didn't fit us, and they kind of went their own way. But I'm not perfect judge of character, by any stretch of the imagination. I'd add Rosie the Wonder Dog, if I could, but she didn't have a Twitter account. There's some people that have had me on some streams, man. Which just shocked me. Peter Palmiotti is the first one to really put me on a stream. And then Tarasco. I'm not sure the whole name. I looked it up earlier, but Frank Salazar and his little group. Captain Goggles, he's a great guy. Had me on. He came on my show, and then I went on his, and he's been on my show a couple times since then. And I got on Dojo Kun Comics, Brian Maynard. He's a unique individual, I tell you. He's got slides, guys. He's got lots and lots of slides. It's very, very particular mind. He's very linear in the way he thinks. Interesting guy. But he had me on his show basically to talk about new people to live streaming and to point out mistakes we were making and get advice from us. It's an interesting stream, good guy. He's around. Look for him. Dojo Kun Comics. And then last night I got on the Breaking Rad show, which, man, that show should be bigger than it is. They are fun over there. They put a lot of work into that thing. A lot of work. Gosh. I mean, they had like little segues to every single one of they had like it's very compartmentalized. And these are the guys that do CG wrestling. They have made almost close to 100 characters so far. And they're planning on doing a WrestleMania sometime, I think in December, maybe. I could be wrong. I think it's December. But keep an eye out for that. But they are great guys. 6 a.m. Comics, Mutt, and that group over there. All great guys. But these are the guys I've had. And evidently, I've been on EVS's stream twice now. uh, so one time, because he evidently watched my video talking about the Expendables comic and how I felt like they dropped that your boy Zach Meyer dropped the ball on that one. Uh, which I'll say to my dying day, he definitely did. That book should have been huge. Yeah, it was just made $250,000, which is huge for me, but considering the potential of that book, considering the cachet of that book, considering the visibility of that book, how in the world does that book not make $1 million? Oh man, Aaron Jordan, what's up, Wolfsbane? I was calling you out earlier, dude. I was singing your praises, man. Uh, by myself. But anyway, the hokey pokey people already had to pop out, but no big deal. It is what it is. But yeah. So he called me out. Said that I accused him having his head up his ass, which I did. I said it. I did say it, and but I that's one of the harsh criticisms I'd levied against him. But and I realized once I heard, oh yeah, man, I call you out anytime. You're my bro. Uh, Let me show you the comment that is in question. This is yep, there you go. That's the comment in question. Uh, but anyway, so I realized I had been too harsh and I'd been talking behind his back. I've been disingenuous and I'd been saying things more harsh than I needed to because of the fact that I didn't think he was watching, which bothered me because I try not to be that person. I've been that person in the past and I really try not to be that person now. So that being said, I decided that I needed to make an apology video. So I did. In it, I said, I do not dislike you. I still got my executive box coming whenever that is. I still got my uh, Rainbow Brute, whatever. I still got that coming with the supplemental. And I don't intend on canceling. I want those books. Um, but I was saying, I disagree with you. I'm probably not gonna watch your streams, but I don't hate you. I don't. That's not what I'm here about. I'm here about CG. Uh, Evidently he took offense to when he rewatched the video this morning. He took offense to me talking about cult leaders, and well, cult leaders is misunderstood. Okay, cult is short for cult of personality. And a cult of personality can happen anywhere, anytime. You don't have to shave your head. You don't have to live in a commune. You don't have to give your daughters to some, scraggly old man. Uh, that's what cult has come to mean, but it's not. Yeah, you don't have to drink the Kool-Aid either. Okay, that's not what cult means. Cult of personality is short of cult of personality, which means a group of people that have matrixed around somebody who has a very powerful, forceful personality. And to the extent that that person has become their mouthpiece, has written their rules or their laws, has made dictates, and that they follow, and he's become like the center of everything. And I was saying that I believed that was a danger, that if you do become that they tend to dissipate once that personality is eliminated. And that was a fear of mine, that as much as people are trying to take him down right now, they're trying to take him down because they think if he goes down, CG goes down. They because they have the misconception that this is like a one of his fan group or whatever, and it's not. It's not. I mean, there are plenty of people in CG that don't watch the Jack show religiously, that don't watch CG Kings. Now, why should I watch the CG Kings? I can watch the professionals. You know, uh, but it's just nothing negative. You know, it's been I think some people think it's negative, but it's nothing negative. See, in a community of creators and customers that we have here, it is okay. It is perfectly okay to not get along with certain people. I've never been able to sit through an entire Jack show. I do like the CG Kings. Yeah, I hear you. I hear you. Okay, that's a comment. Got you, man. Got you, man. I'm just saying I prefer the professionals myself. All the guys that I want to watch are on there. So that's what I choose to do. But hey, you like CG Kings? That's fine. That's perfectly fine. I'm sure it's a great show. Uh, what I'm saying is this is not about me versus EVS. This is not me like butting heads with EVS or anything like that. It's just a difference of opinion. I respect him. I wish him well. I hope he succeeds, man. Because if he succeeds, we all succeed, But I just choose to believe that there are other creators within CG that I prefer to give my time to, my attention to, and my money to. That's it is what it is, right? But that's not me saying that you shouldn't. That you shouldn't give money to EVS, that you shouldn't watch every one of his shows religiously, and in some cases, in a very creepy way. There's some people that really creep me out sometimes. The Jack show was on last night. It was wonderful. It was taken down, but it was wonderful. And I'm like, okay, well, I'm just gonna pass. But think about this. I mean, hey, if that's your thing, man, go watch it. Do it. Uh, we are a big community here, man. We're big boys. We're not a bunch of little bitchy girls, that the mainstream comics has become. You don't agree with me? You're a Nazi. Oh, you're a white supremacist. You must be destroyed by all means. That's how they operate. That's not how we operate. At least that's not how we're supposed to operate. Okay. It's perfectly okay for me to disagree with certain leading lights of CG, certain big earners in CG. It's perfectly okay for me to say they could do better on their writing. It's perfectly okay for me to say, wow, that campaign was mishandled. That campaign was shit. The book was good, but that campaign was shit. Perfectly okay for me to say that. It should be. I know because I got attacked when I wasn't happy about the Wade lawsuit, the way the Wade lawsuit ended, and I chose not to follow your boy anymore. The way I was attacked over that when I was just weird. There's certain people in CG that can just go eat a bag of whatever appendages you want to add in there over that. Hey, I thought it was disingenuous. I thought it was shady. I thought we should got updates, and that wasn't the update to give us. We months and months and months of silence, and then, oh, I'm dropping it. None of your business. Well, when you say month after month after month, episode after episode after episode, back original comics and original lawsuit. And we did. I think we deserve to know that, oh, by the way, this is not going well. I'm probably going to drop it. That's perfectly allowable in the court of law to say that. And yet we heard nothing. This is a man that's off of Twitter, has no connection with anybody outside of his comments. And in his comments and on his videos, all I've ever got from him was a heart. Okay? So it's okay. It's perfectly okay for me to say, I'm not going to follow you, boy, anymore. I'm not going to buy from Splato. I'll Renzo Rodriguez. I'll try to support him any way, shape, or form. But because that's my man. Renzo's my man. But that's just perfectly okay. It's perfectly okay. We're a big group. We're big boys here. Okay. Now, I know in the past, people that have disagreed with the big cheese have disappeared, have chosen to walk their own separate way because they believed in him more than they believed in CG. But see, that's where I differ. CG is the dream. CG is the vehicle to get to that dream. CG is the truth. Okay? I'm CG to the wall. Hardcore. All the way. Because these are my people. These are my people. And if I disagree with certain muckety mucks at the top, if they can't deal with it, but to give him all full credit, he was I'm told he was very respectful, that he said good things about me, and I admire him. The man carved himself a niche, and he is an umbrella, which a lot of us have had some safety. They're aiming at EVS, they're not aiming at us, and I understand that. I get it. My disagreement comes in is when you overinflate the impact that they can have on you for the sake of sales. I have a disagreement with that. But we're all big boys here. He's trying to make a buck. Good on him, man. Good on him. He's made plenty. He's made plenty of bucks. Okay, he's got 2 warehouses now. But if I disagree with that, I'm okay to say that, right? Right? We're big guys. It's big umbrella here. Besides, that sucker's probably over 10,000 subs right now, maybe more. Probably close to 1 million. I don't know. I haven't looked at his sub count in years. But I just crossed 110. It can squash me like a bug. I'm nobody. I know that. But, thing about it is I make a pledge that I'm always going to say the truth. I'm always going to say what I think. I'm always going to try to give it to you straight. I got offered the chance to look at a comic this morning. They're going to send it through to me in the mail. They just wanted a review from me. But I told them, I was like, I don't review books of smaller creators because I'm not going to take money out of their mouths. If I can't say this is a great book and you're not small enough to take the hit, then I'm not going to do the review. That's my own personal. And they said they're okay with it. But that's my personal guarantee. If you see my review of your book, it's either very good or you're a big enough creator that it's not going to hurt if I didn't like it. And most of the time, my problem is not with the art, because CG has got the greatest collection and concentration of art ability maybe in world history right now. the people that we have in CG right now the things that they can do, the things they can draw, and the frequency and the speed in which they do it. I mean, we've got colorists in CG I would put up there with any of the great painters. You would tell me that if Kyle Ritter uh, figured out how to do oil painting, that you wouldn't buy that shit? I mean, Critter is incredible. He's incredible. My lady, my Michaela Fusco from Babusco Studios. I would buy anything that she painted. She's incredible. She paints light reflected light with such a subtlety and such a warmth. It's gorgeous. Oh, Michael Bancroft, what's up, man? All right, let me. Okay. Yep, Michael Bancroft, what's up, dude? Comment, congrats on the subs. Appreciate it. Thank you, Clay, Derek. Well, what happened was evidently. Oh, I would buy the hell of yeah. Oh, yeah. Critter's the man. What happened, Mr. Bancroft, is evidently this morning a apology video that I made for to tell EVS I was apologizing for the rough language I used, not for what I said, but the way I said it. Was he decided to view it on his show this morning. So suddenly I went from 88 to 110 subs. I might be more than that now. I don't know, but I just I'm like, I got over 100. Wow, me, me's over 100 subs. That is that. I'm sorry. I know it's chump change. There's people that, oh, dude, it's a party now. Yeah. Well, anybody wants to come in, it's pinned up there, dude. But yeah. So here I am, just living my life here, and just trying to make my way in CG, and some strange things happen on occasion. You work third shift and you listen to Michael Bancroft, 11 to 12, and T Bunny, the troublemaker. Oh, that's rich. You calling me a troublemaker? All right. Legendary. Far more than me, sir. Congratulations. Well, you'll get there. If I can get there, anybody can. I'm here from yesterday. Oh, yeah, I remember. Good to see you. If I can get, I'm sorry, guys, if I can get to 100, anybody can. Okay. I mean, I meander. I do everything wrong. I was on Dojo Comics the other night, and he was telling me like, oh yeah, you do your thumbnails wrong. You're supposed to be uniform, or you need to have a better background. You have a really crappy background, and things like that. Oh, okay. Here's Pop saying, if I can get to 500, anyone can. Yeah. Yeah, but man, Pops, you're one of the most interesting people I've ever seen. People just watch to see if there's a meltdown. Yeah. I remember. Oh, here's a good one. I remember getting 100 like it was yesterday. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I have no expectation of getting far beyond 100. I don't, But there, saying hail to Michael Bancroft in the chat. Yeah. Hey. This is not the sexiest chat in CG. This is like the most random chat in CG. But I dig it. But yeah, the reason I did this, the reason I have, here we go. That first 100 is hard. Yeah, it is. It really is. But the reason why I did this channel, I mean, reason why it's called How to Write Comics Good, not well, because well is a hole in the ground from which you draw water, and good is the opposite of bad. It was, it started as a joke, It's like, how do I come up with a name for my channel? How to write comics, how to write comics. That's a little boring. That's a little on the nose. But what's gonna make it memorable? I was like, well, why don't I remember I had the English teacher, and I actually go to church with her. It's hilarious, but every once in a while I'll slip a artifact into something I say that kind of just to make that little wrinkle appear in the middle of her forehead, just for old time's sake. Okay. But I was like, that was one of her things was like this, you need to use good, or you need to, you need to use well instead of good because, that's wrong. That's improper language. So kind of as a little bit of a I don't know, tribute to all the English teachers over the years that have, you know, failed me. I decided to call it How to Write Comics Good, right? Uh, so that's where the name came from. The telepathic bunny. I've said this before. Telepathic bunny comes from Stephen King own writing book, Exercise, and where he said that no matter where you are, no matter what time that you're hearing this, or no matter what time when you're reading this, years and years down the road, here's an image. Here's a table, and there's a red tablecloth on the table. And there's a cage on that table, and inside the table, or inside that cage, is a white bunny with a blue number 8 on his side. And he's like, you might have a different variation of the tablecloth, a different variation of the cage, maybe a different variation of the rabbit, maybe even a different font on the 8, but you'll have the same image. That's a form of telepathy. And so I like that idea. That what we're doing here is a form of telepathy, okay? And telepathy means that I take what's in my head, I put it down on paper, I give it to an artist, that artist draws it, some letterer comes in with a dialogue, and what was in my head initially shows up in real life. And no matter how long it is that you read this comic that I make, or whatever the novel I write, or the music that I create, you're gonna know. You're gonna know what was in my mind. It's telepathy. So that's why I did it. Yeah, it's a really clever concept. It's really really clever concept. Uh, so I did. So I'm doing that show. The On Friday nights I get the Genesis crew together. You're telepathetic all the time. I think it's just pathetic, Todd. I think she's just telling you you're pathetic. Anyway, Todd's my Mo Biggs, if you're wondering, Michael Bancroft. Yeah, he's my Mo Biggs. Anyway, but yeah, but the thing about it is, like, Friday nights I get the Genesis crew together. We do a love stream. Uh 7. It's usually at 7 on Friday nights. And we just get together, come up with a topic, and we just go. Um, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. We had a great stream. Yeah, everyone needs a Bo Biggs. Yeah, they do. They really do. You need somebody that's like, man, I can't believe you. Come on, man. You need that. You need that. Anyway, so with the love things on Friday nights, like one of them worked. We did a bring your own best worst movie and a Frog G. I don't have a Frog G yet. I'm working on it. Uh, yeah, yeah, but yeah. So we hang out and we do that. The streams are always fire. Yeah, yeah. And sometimes that fire is like burning the whole thing down. I mean, sometimes it's a good fire, sometimes it's a bad fire. I thought everyone had Mo Biggs. He seems to be in every stream. No, he hasn't. I haven't seen him in mine yet. No, no, I changed that. I think he popped in once before. Yeah, Mo Biggs. Mo Biggs is Todd's role model. Uh, he does a good job. Of course, I'm kind of easy to. I'm like Bancroft. I kind of I present a big target. Uh, maybe not as big as the forehead, but I'm kind of affable. But so we do this love streams on Friday nights. If anybody wants to check on those, some of them are. I try to keep them about an hour. Um, but we did one recently called "Bring Your Best Worst Movie." Okay, and and we just hung out. We talked about these movies that make critics want to puke, but we enjoy, and we'll watch every time they're on. And and we had a really good time with that one. Then I did one last week called CG Show and Tell, and I was the only one showed up with anything to show. And so it was all me basically. But then I backed out of it without hitting the end broadcast. So I backed out of it, and Peter Palmiotti's in there like, excuse me, hello, hello. And so I was like talking about, hey, where we're gonna get supper, and then it's like, I looked on Twitter, and it's like Peter's like, we're still alive, man, we're still alive. So I had to go back and get resend a StreamYard's code, get back in there, and then end the stream, end the broadcast. So I mean, it's a work in progress. And you learn, you live, you learn. The whole green screen that never seems to work. I mean, I worked on it and worked on it and worked on it. Yet to find the right lighting setup. I think I'm going to have to stick something in the ceiling, pointing down, some like spotlights or something. I don't know. I mean, you got some people with these perfect green screens. I remember Cecil used to have a really good one, but I'll get that one these days. I'll figure it out, and you won't see this green block behind me. Uh, all right. This is Todd here. I always catch Bancroft show on replay. Never seem to be around when those shows are actually live. Well, see, I'm awake when they're live because I'm at work, and it's hard sometimes because I'm not supposed to be on the net but I'll like play it on my phone and listen on my earbuds, and then and sometimes there's like something I'm like, oh man, I gotta say something, so I find a dark corner, and do a little bit of a one of those chats, the super chats. uh I like last night, I think my super chat was Lucent is the truth. And it is. And that's because I kind of figured it out, Bancroft. I kind of figured it out, man. You said that was close to the truth. I'm like, yeah, I know it is. Took me a little while, but I think I figured out what's going on. But we'll find out next book, next 2 or 3 books, maybe. But yeah. So I'm really staggered that I made it past 100. Really happy. Veritas Ignis. Uh-huh. Oh, the truth. Was it the truth? What is Veritas Ignis? I used to know my Latin. Ignis. Okay. The truth is not known. Oh, okay. I think that's what you meant. I think that's what you're saying. Okay. All right. Gauntlet thrown down. Anyway, truly ignorant. I think I liked it whenever my chat wasn't talking back, Anyway, I love it. But there's another show that I do. It's a daily stream. This is the place of it today. But I call it the Amazing Telepathic Bunny Right Stream. Okay. And the reason what it is I will write something live in case if somebody doesn't hop on with me. Most of the time, I will work on my latest project, which is the FERA files coming soon. Which is let me have to be able to disagree as a group, or we'll stagnate. Yeah. Yes, we do. Yes, we need to. Can't be any sacred cows. Can't be any sacred cows. There cannot be anything off limits. There cannot be anyone unassailable. If we're going to make it. Because the only way this works is if it's a true collective. It's not going to work as a fan group. It's not going to work as a cult of personality. It's not going to work if everything's located at the top 2%. It's the only way it's going to work is if somebody can come into CG with a dream, find their way to find an artist, find a writer, find whatever they need to, and put out a book and have that book hit the market and get funded. That's the goal. We have to increase we have increased our funding, our amount of projects that have been funded. We have, and that's good. But the extent that they're funded is not good, and we need to work on that. And I mean, I think we have to work on finding a way. And I'm not talking about equity. That's not what I'm talking about. Equity is a horrible concept. Okay. Let me tell you what equity is. Okay. Equality. This is equality. Tall man, middle sized man, small man trying to look over a fence. Okay. Boxes. There's one box for the middle man and there's two boxes for the small man. So everybody can look over the fence. That's equality. Okay. Now, equity, what they're talking about, what they're pushing, the concept that they want us to adopt, and the thing that doesn't work, okay, is when you got the same three guys, but you cut the legs off of the other two so that they're even with the shortest. That's equity. We don't want equity. No, we do not. We want equality, right? And they say something like equality of outcome is important. Yes, that's true, but what I'm talking about is equality of opportunity. I I think the people determine their own equality of outcome. Okay. Now, if we try to dictate equality of outcome by crippling this person so this person does better, it's pretty much communism. Yeah. Yes. All right. Good comment. Pretty much communism. Yeah. But I'm talking about quality of opportunity, and that's what we need. That's what we need to get to, and we need to get to where we have a store where people can get. Okay. Got a comment here. Oh. Quality of opportunity is important. Nature itself would suggest that you would not get equality of outcome. True. Yeah, because some people are more talented than others. Got to go set up my show, something new. Jeans Richard. All right. See you, man. See you later. Might have to check it out. But yeah, equality of opportunity is very important. But we also need to make sure that people that come into the party late or have the ability to get the books. We need to fix that. Okay. I love Monster MD, but I have to tell people you're going to have to wait till the next campaign. And Vonster's got the Black Terror coming out, so he's not even got the Monster ND coming out anytime soon. Yeah, so we got to fix that. That's the two things we need to fix that are most pressing: equality of opportunity, and we need to have a library of back issues. Now, I kept pointing out one of the things that I butted heads with EVS over was Iconic Comics. Evidently, he's not. Yep, thank you, man. But it's cool that he's not friends with some of the people at Iconic Comics. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. However, their model, CG Library, yeah, CG Library, right? That's what I'm talking about. CG Storefront, yeah. Uh, but what Iconic Comics does, anything that the Iconic has ever put out, you could still get. They got backlog. They got. If they don't have it, they'll reprint it on demand. Okay, if there's a sufficient demand, and they do the rollouts like they do the paperback and they do the hardback. You know, the hardback came out first, and then the paperback later. But it's all available as soon as it goes live. It's available, and it's available for months and months afterwards. One of the greatest horror comics I've ever read by Alexander Mirabal. I put it above one of my reviews. I put it above Graveyard Shift 3. Okay, so one of the things I've probably ran afoul of people for, but I did, but because it's a hell of a comic. It's a hell of a comic, and if I want to suggest it to you, get Long Harbor. You can go to Iconic website, and you can get it. It'll be there within a week or two. Or if you're in Australia, maybe sometime. when the Nazis open up your borders again. But anyway, but think about it is though, we have to get to that point. We have to get there. Okay? That's where we need to be aiming. We need to be aiming for something sustainable. Right now, this crowdfunding model, as it is not sustainable. All right. Hold on. We are all independent creators, so it's up to the individual. If we have a corporate site, then we stop being independent creators. Okay, right. But how does that get organized? That's a good question. There are people that are talking about the diamond distributors might be a possibility. Of course, that's a nasty, dirty word in the whole entire thing. You know, diamond distributors. Heck no. You know, oh, they're the evil empire that destroyed comics. You know, there's some validity to that. However, they lost their two biggest clients, and they are scrambling right now. I like the idea of one place to connect to all CG creators. Now, the way we get around that, Todd, what you were asking, it's not to have a central organization, but have everybody have them available. Print extra copies, and then have a central place where people can order that book from the creator. That's okay. Now, somebody like Critical Blast is doing a lot of these logistics. Okay, but the thing about it is, though, is if we did it that way there's no corporate big house for that, right? It can be independent, but have. Yep. Right. But see, it's like eBay. Think about eBay. I think eBay is the model we need to be thinking about, because eBay is a central website, a central shopping area, a central apparatus where people can say what's available, and then they can order it directly from the person who has it available. You know, if you got extra comics, put it on this website. Okay, I've got extra comics. If you want this comic, right? And then that way, when people hear about a comic, hear about Monster MD, which is incredible. Monster MD is incredible comic. It kills me that I don't know. I don't know if you can even get it. That kills me. I mean, Norm Leinert, my best buddy in CG, he's like, I should have got it. I should have got it. I hear it's great, and he loves writing. He would love that comic, but what am I going to tell him? He maybe contact Vonster, and maybe Vonster has some copies. I don't know. But what would be good is if we had some kind of like CG eBay, right? And that way, each individual creator keeps their autonomy, but there's a website out there where people, if they ask, where can I get this book? The store is closed from IGG. Where can I get this book? This is where you can get the book. You can get it directly from the creator. You know, that's a solution. That's a possible solution. I mean, I'm talking. I've been thinking about this stuff for months, man. I've been like obsessing over it. And I'm not a big enough voice to say anything, but I think that's the solution. I think it's where we need to head. I think the Iconic Comics model is something we should explore. Because if I want to give somebody, if I want to say Soul Finder, you know, the first book, first Soul Finder, it's out years ago. Okay, great book, really good book. Do it's like, hey, I want the original Soul Finder. Go to Iconic Comics. Look on their website. Order it. Done. Now, you also see this with Alterna. Alterna is very much now he's pretty much a warehouse. He warehouses it and he sends it out that way. But those are models we need to be thinking about. All right, hold on. Every creator needs their own store or at least a platform, in my opinion. My buddy has a site called The Expanse that showcases multiple creator projects. There you go. There you go. Arrow Comics, I think, set up Liberty Distributors. That was something that Luke Stone was working on. Yep. Yeah, it makes sense if creator ultimately is responsible for fulfillment. Yeah. But, you know, not having to fulfill multiple at one time is different than, you know, it's like, hey, one or two every few days, you know. I mean, it sounds like it seems like that's the solution to me. I could be wrong. I could be wrong. And I lost a bunch of people when I started talking about that. Anyway, it is what it is. So here I am at 100, 110, at least last time I checked. I made it past the century mark to subscribers. I got my Genesis crew bros with me. We're going to ride this thing out, ride or die, and we're going to figure it out along the way. Keep that intellectual think tank going. And anybody that wants any help from me, anyone wants to come on this show, anybody that wants to hash things out, I am available at 3:00 every day. The Amazing Bunny Write Stream. I'm either writing or I'm talking, or talking and writing. Most of the time I do both. But anyway, that's my process. That's my process. Okay. And so this has been a momentous day for me. You know, I'm not entirely sure that I want infamy as opposed to being famous, but you know, hey, infamy works, right? You know, whatever happens, happens. I'm just happy to be over a million, or I'm sorry, over 100. I'm getting ahead of myself. Over a million, right? Yeah, okay, okay. I get over a million, and my little dog's paws will never touch the floor again. to be carried everywhere. Anyway, but that's good enough. That's 1 hour. Thank you guys for coming. Thank you guys for hanging out. Thank you guys for celebrating with me. Thank you for everybody who's contributed to this channel, contributed to us reaching the uh, level we have reached. Thank you for EVS for pointing me out, whether it be for good or ill. I respect you, man. I hope you succeed. I hope you continue succeeding like gangbusters. My hope is that somehow that starts getting spread around a little bit more, you know? But anyway, well done. Now on your way to 1,000. Oh, 1,000. Okay, okay. I think I would have to have naked pictures of Cecil to for the highest bidder before I got to 1,000. But it's morbid curiosity. But anyway, it is what it is. Thank you, Michael, for showing up, man. I love your show. I dig it, man. I watch it. I'm on it at work every time, pretty much. And you and Albino Thunder Buns are the probably the best duo in CG. I love your attitude. I love your availability and you've inspired me in a lot of ways. Inspired me in a lot of ways because I was there a little bit early on. I know how you struggled, and I'm doing the struggle thing myself. 2 streams where my mic was muted and didn't know it, and I had to erase them later. That about killed me because I was on a roll, man. I said some things that would never be repeated anyway. But I appreciate it. I appreciate it, gentlemen. Thank you for coming today. Thank you for hanging out. And I just remember how to write comics good, not well, because well's in a hole in the ground from which you draw water, and good is the opposite of bad. And if I get my tagline in there. But anyway, that's all I got for the day. This has been Cooper with Telepathic Bunny Comics. And y'all have a nice day.
Tell me what's on your mind.